for this week's Freebie Friday, I'm going to be showing you my renovation walkthrough sheet. Before I started getting into education with Matt, I actually walked all of our acquisitions. With this sheet, I probably walked probably 350 houses with it. Basically, every single house we buy, we need to create a basic scope of work and estimate on how much it's going to be to repair that place and bring it up to our standard quality of work before we close. That way we can figure out exactly if our agreed purchase amount is on the spot and if we need to get a reduction or we need to just back out of the deal altogether. But this sheet is the starting point for all of that. I would go into the house with a clipboard, this sheet on it, my phone to take pictures, and a laser tape measure. You can get them at Lowe's for, I think they're getting down cheaper. They used to be expensive. Now they're like $20 to, the good ones are around $200 that I had. But you go through, you have this on your clipboard. Let me bring myself back up there. Sorry about that. There we go. Basically, I was going down the sheet. I'd walk the entire outside of the house first, just ticking these boxes so I'd remember when I got back to the office what I needed to budget for. I'd look at my pictures also when I got back to the office. If the house had a garage, I'm noting roughly how big it is, how many cars it fits, and what I need to do to repair it, if anything. I'm putting my address in right here. I'm also noting my estimate on the roof age. I got pretty good at it. You can tell based on types of shingles, and once they get really old, you can start to see the shingles start to heave a little bit. But furnace age, that's right inside the front panel of the furnace. Just write down that year. We had a standard quality of work that we replaced furnaces after 10 years old. I would just mark that there. Same thing with the air conditioners. There's a sticker on the back of an air conditioner that tells you what year it is. And water heaters have a sticker on the front that tells you what year it is. Some models don't, but you have to just punch the serial number into Google and it pops right up. The electrical panel, I would notate if I was going to replace the electrical panel because in our local area, the push button style electrical panels aren't up to code and everything needs to be flip breakers. So I take those notes. I'd estimate my rough mechanical costs. I would budget, I believe our furnace replacements were running around $4 to $5 grand. It's been a while since I've done it. $4 to $5 grand. AC units were about $2,300 to replace. Water heaters, I budgeted around $1,000, and electrical panels, again, about $1,000 for someone to replace an existing panel. Utility splits right here. This is important for multifamily units because this makes a big difference on your overall cost down the road once you have some tenants in there and they're using your utilities. An investor will want to know if the water's separately metered and split to each unit. You're going to want to know if the gas is separately metered and split to each furnace and each cooking device if you have cooking gas. And same thing with electrical panels if each unit has split electrical panels. So I get all my notes on this one sheet, and I'd go through the house, and I'm actually including, I'm feeling extra generous today, up above, I'll show you in a second, I'm including a section from our Rehab manual that we sell, direct little piece of a chapter where I explain exactly how I floor plan sketch houses. It's really cool, and it's actually a game changer when you're starting to get good at estimating houses, and it just makes it super easy. You can pretty much tie everything in a renovation budget down to a square footage based number, and this allows you to do that. So I'd walk through, I just take my laser tape and my pen. I think I can grab a pen here. Let's see. I would just basically sketch out my house, draw rooms. Oop, don't want that. I would put in doorways. Computer's gonna be a little finicky. I'd write down in inches how big each wall was, how long it was. I'd record my ceiling height. I'd put in other doorways that led into other rooms, and eventually you start to build out an entire house diagram in your sketch. And it would only take me about 30 minutes to do this, and you're just sketching out the whole house and notating where windows are, where doors are, stuff like that. But it's really for that square footage based number. Once you get done with that, I would plug it into a calculator that I developed that would give me all of our square footage based material estimates and labor cost estimates based on our costs. And this was just the first step to doing that. So hopefully This sheet will just help you out in your acquisitions or any property you look at. Just get everything down on one page and make sure you don't forget anything. And you always forget stuff if you don't have notes. You walk a house, you just take pictures, you're going to forget those little details like this. And if you're doing any sort of volume, you need a way to track it. But I'll go up to the chapter here. I'll go all the way up to the top. You can see I took this directly from our renovation manual. I put the table of contents in there. That way you can see what else is included in that renovation manual if you're interested. But down in this section, getting to know a project before it's closed, we're going to look at all those mechanicals and the house details, and we're going to create that floor plan. Here's a better look at what it would look like if I was using my highlighters to put in fixtures and stuff like that, me measuring windows, and that's what it looks like when I was measuring wall sizes and stuff like that. But it's all in there, and I'm including this. You guys can grab your copy of this section of the rehab manual if you want to read through it. But I would take my floor plan sketches, and in the end, this was a decent sized house. I think this was like a 3,000 square foot house. This is just one floor of it though. Take that, convert it on the computer using a free program called homestyler.com. It's a really amazing program for free, and it's pretty easy to learn too. They have some good tutorials. Take that floor plan sketch, convert it into a computer 2D sketch. I would duplicate it. That way I can have a before and an after CAD drawing. I'd add in my walls that I wanted to add, or I'd blow out walls if I was going to get rid of some, just change things around on the computer. It's a lot easier to visualize from the bird's eye top-down view than walking through a house. And from there, we also got some pretty nice, this is also in Homestyler, some pretty nice marketing material just to have 3D type walkthroughs of houses. And Homestyler is free and allows you to generate that. But I hope you guys got some value from this. It's really important to take notes on acquisitions if you're doing any sort of volume, and this stuff should help you. All right, thanks guys.